you'll 100% contract gonorrhea if you get in those. That is a proven fact. I'm sorry, but who doesn't go on holiday to play the Coronation Street 2p machines? I'll tell you, in Yorkshire. That place, traditional pub, triple vodka, £5 10p. What? This place is in a different economic zone. Well, day 6 is it? Day 7 of my East Coast tour, and I am in Bridlington. And is there a more typical start than a British guy with his top off, with a British bulldog on the beach at 9:30 a.m? I think not. I've been in Bridlington now this morning for about an hour. Had to use a laundrette, so while my clothes were washing and drying, had a bit of a walk around. First impressions are, it's a bit rough. I mean, you've got street drinkers over there, 9:30 in the morning, and then in the park there's toilets over there. Again, not called toilets, they are called conveniences. But over there in the far corner, you're not going to be able to see, it won't zoom in, I'm not going to zoom in on him. There's a guy who looks to be tripping out on spice. So the laundrette was down that road there. One thing that also stood out, so I parked in front of a shop. I went into the shop as well, of course. And everybody was buying scratch cards, like not one or two people, everybody was buying scratch cards. There's 2 people spiced out, there's one over there as well, sort of sideways on the bench, and he's about to fall over in the distance there. But on the other side, look at that for a beautiful little harbour. So, we're going to have a wander around, see what we can see. While I'm just waiting to cross this road, these flagpoles, there's a little sign in the park when I was having a little venture. There are 12 flagpoles that were put up in 2005. And originally, they had different flags on. They were put up to commemorate 200 years since, I think it's Trafalgar's victory. And the flags that were originally put up in code spelt out every Englishman shall do his duty, or some words to that effect. Pretty cool part of history. Anyway, I'll have a look at the harbour. So on the far side there's a wharf that goes all the way to the very end, and then there's another wharf that comes this way, but they don't meet in the middle. There's a little gap to let the boats in and out. So I'm not going to walk up that wharf. Instead, I'm going to have a wander around this side. You probably saw at the beginning, and you can see in the distance, the beaches are absolutely incredible. Like big sandy beaches. I don't know how far the tide comes in when it's in, but wonderful. Probably the 3rd best beach I've seen. And if you're interested, number 1, Bournemouth. Number 2, Jaywick. But that is an easy 3rd. And the sun is making an appearance, so it's 9:30 today. And the forecast is around 20 degrees, which will be considerably warmer than what it's been so far. It's been between 12 and 14. It's currently got that slight haze, but I can feel it on my skin. So co-pilot is telling me that Bridlington was a bustling fishing port in medieval times. I mean, it still looks to be that way now. There's I think it was a fish processing or whatever you call it there. Loads of lobster pots here, look. And then the promenade looks really quite quirky and cool, with cars parked on top, which is an interesting addition. So let's go and have a little wander and see how long it takes me before I buy my first ice cream. Here's a cool little fact. Red lobsters are caught here, and it's actually the largest shellfish port in Britain and possibly the largest lobster port in Europe, landing 700,000 a year. Did not know that. I do not eat lobster, but if any of you watching this do, and you like eating spiders of the sea, you twisted individuals, then you'll be cool to know that this is possibly where your red lobsters are caught. So this is the start of the promenade. At some point I'm going to have to eat seafood, aren't I? It would be rude not to on the trip, but not just yet. Something else I've noticed on this trip is most places by the coast don't begin to open until 10 AM. And one of the chaps, I can't remember who on this journey, was telling me it's because most of the tourists, they're having breakfast in their B&Bs or their hotels. So no one really hits the proms until 10ish. Hello, little ducky. Didn't like that seagull, did it? How cool is this, look? Pirate ship rides. £3. I mean, there's no... Oh, it's at the end. Let's go and have a look at the pirate ship. Ashes scattered by arrangement. £3 to ride a pirate ship is, in today's world, not a lot of money. And then you've got those adventure ships, haven't you? So the Bumblebee's there, and there's a Sonic one over there that do the speedboat sort of tours. So here is the pirate ship that you can ride for £3. Oh my god, you can get close to the edge. That makes me feel a bit ill. Look how short those boats are. I've never seen a short boat before. I thought they had to have a certain length for their height, but they are very short and stocky. I can't get too close to the edge. In fact, I'm going to hold on to this just to poke you over. Oh god, makes me feel a bit unwell. So that's quite a cool view of the buildings overlooking the promenade and the harbour itself from this side. And here's a great view of the access point into the harbour. My god, look at the beach the other side of the harbour. For miles until the cliff tops. This is hands down one of the best beaches I've seen on the east coast so far, in a touristy place. That is incredible. And then you've got a fun fair along the top. We'll have a look at that in a second. This is a proper fair. Dodgems, a pirate ship, bumper cars, and it goes on for quite a way as well. How much do you reckon it is to go on the pirate ship? Anybody want to take any guesses? It's actually really confusing to work out. They sell tokens, but there's different packages for how many tokens you want, and then each ride, like the pirate ship, I think was 8 tokens. And I'm not going to try and do the mental gymnastics to work it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk along the promenade this side, and then I'll come back. I think there's a road up there. If there is, I'll come back that way. Oh, I fancy a donut. A donut and a coffee looking out over here. Yes, please. £3.90. Hot donut, cappuccino. Mwah. I've not had a donut in, like a hot sugary donut, god, decade. That with a cappuccino went down a treat. But yeah, there's a lot of life here. I know it is the weekend, it's Sunday, and the sun is appearing. Can't really see it yet. Very hazy. But it's probably one of the liveliest places I've been, with people. Loads of dogs as well, very dog friendly. You'll 100% contract gonorrhea if you get in those. That is a proven fact. So I'm not sure how much further I'm going to walk. probably another 400 or 500 metres or so, but look at these buildings. So that's the way I'm going to walk back along the top there to see what else there is to see. But apart from the roughness back from the seafront, this is actually a really, really nice place. So he must be a well-known guy. Everyone was calling him Charlie, saying good morning to him as he fed the seagulls. Doggies having a little paddle, people collecting shells. Choo choo! Land train coming. That sort of ruins the ride, doesn't it, with the tannoy? You got a bit mad listening to that. Right, let's get up the top and have a look. So it seems to be the way in a lot of these places. There's always a strip of ground between the seafront and the activities going on, and then the properties. Look at those properties. Wow. But there's always this strip, and in some areas they've got gardens like this, which are very rarely do you see people in them, apart from people drinking. Or I can't remember where it was now, I've been to that many places. They use this space and put like little mini golfs or stuff like that, which get a bit more people active in the area. These properties are insane. Right, there's one for sale there. Don't know what it is. Apartment maybe? Let's have a look how much it costs. Okay, so that place that's for sale is a 4th floor, 2-bedroom apartment overlooking that. Guess how much? Now I'm used to Bournemouth prices where that would be off the charts. £190,000. I mean, what an incredible place to buy property. You know, it's not cheap, but it is cheap considering what you're waking up to every morning. That is a pretty all singing and all dancing leisure centre. They've even got a cafe at the bottom selling gelato,
Really nice
cookie dough desserts, Belgian waffles and hot and cold drinks. And actually, I don't know if you can see, the cafe is absolutely full of people. To be fair, there's people everywhere, of all ages, a lot of the elderly. Whether they're on holiday or not, I have no idea, but my initial impressions were bleak. You know, everybody buying scratch cards is not a good sign. And then when I was in the laundrette, I was chatting to the guy, a little bit quirky, let's use that term. But having a chat, and he was telling me how he's dreading the heat coming because where he works there's no aircon. So it's a decent conversation. Anyway, I'm folding my clothes up once they've started to dry. He's doing his. And it just stormed out. It just stormed straight out. There you go, look, there's some ruffians. Suppose you get them everywhere, don't you? Come now, he wants them now. We need to bring back a society where you can smack these idiots. I suppose you still can, they're not going to go to the police, are they? Anyway, so now we're walking along the upper part of the promenade. Bridlington Forum, I don't know what this is. Arcade machines, bowling, 3-screen cinema, rooftop bar. Largest cafe on the coast. This place is growing on me. Look at it, there's loads going on. It's pretty clean as well. Looking around. And then you've got, do you know what? I know it's nowhere near the same, but that part there reminds me of the Crescent in Bath. It's nowhere near the same, let me just be clear. I know it's not the same. but you know, a lick of paint, that could be really quite something. I mean, it still is quite something. They're quite regal looking buildings, but the paint's peeling. Listen to me. I'm sorry, but who doesn't go on holiday to play the Coronation Street 2p machines? I'll tell you, in Yorkshire, rum and raisin, you know, it makes sense. That place, traditional pub, triple vodka, £5 10p. What? This place is in a different economic zone. Look at them. Seagulls up there. Vultures down here. Every place I've been to, traffic wardens are on it. It's what it is, isn't it? Parking cost me £4 for 2 hours, which feels pretty steep, to be honest. Oh, there's another one over there. C1, C2, doing their rounds. The ice cream, one scoop, £3.75. That feels a bit much, but impulse. Right, let me find my way back to the car. Got a bit of driving to do, so I've got a lot to get in.